Good people and SwagHER Magazine viewers, welcome to an exclusive experience with a woman whose voice doesn't just sing, it soars. She's a powerhouse from Brooklyn, now setting Atlanta on fire. And she's got that rare magic, live vocals, storytelling, and a presence that makes you feel something deep in your bones. From sharing the stage with Chris Brown, Monica, and Fantasia, to making waves with So Far Sounds, and BET naming her an artist to watch, Bonita Jalane is not just rising, she's ascending. And today we get to go beyond the music and get into her world. Welcome to another episode of What's Going On with SwagHER Magazine, where we talk about it in real time. I'm your host, Tamika Harris Live. Bonita Jalane, welcome to SwagHER Magazine. How are you feeling today?
How you doing, Swagger? How y'all doing?
Yes, I know you're on the move. You're traveling even now. How are you
Yes,
feeling today?
I'm feeling so high. Just excited about everything. Just high vibrations. Just so thankful and grateful
Mhm.
to be here and to be blessed. I made it safely to New Orleans. I'm in this beautiful city, and yeah,
Shouts
I'm
out New
excited.
Orleans. Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Now, for just a little icebreaker as we break into this interview,
Okay.
I want you to think real good about this question I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Okay, so before we get into all the deep and beautiful layers of your artistry, we're going to set the mood.
Okay.
Think about this. You're curating a dream jam session. You can
Okay.
choose any artist from any era. Who is
Okay.
in the room? What's the vibe? And who's bringing the best energy?
Ooh, and how many people can I bring in the room?
Let's just say a good let's say 7.
Okay, seven. All right. Okay, that's a good
Mhm.
vibe session. All
Mhm.
right. And you say any era, dead or alive.
No constraints. This is your dream jam session. Any artist from any era, dead or alive.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be
Mhm.
beautiful.
Who's in the
Okay.
room? What's the vibe and who's bringing the best energy?
Um, I'm bringing the best energy. I mean,
Okay.
no, I'm just-
I knew that.
I mean, but we got we got Usher in the room. I gotta bring
Okay.
him in there. My favorite. We got Erica Badu. We got
Okay.
um we got Dinah Washington, and we have Betty Wright because she's bringing that.
Okay.
We got little Jill Scott because I love her freestyles. Like I
Okay.
love the freestyle. It's almost like spoken word kind of poetry. I love that. I love freestyling. Most of my songs I start off with freestyling. Um, we got Duran Duran. I really like him, and I really feel like his energy is gonna be really up here, keeping and he's not a vibe. He's a whole entertainment. He's
Yeah, yeah,
everything. So,
yeah. He's an entertainment center. Like,
yes, I
yeah.
I love him. Who else do we have? How many did I go over my seven yet?
I don't know, but you on a roll. I don't know if you at 7 or over 7. You probably about at 7, but if you got a few more, let's give them to
All
me.
right, and then we're gonna bring a little hip hop in there. So we're gonna bring
Okay.
Common in the room, and then we're gonna throw Kendrick in there with us because that's the hip
Okay.
hop side. And then we're gonna take LL and J because it's a mixture of everything. I know it doesn't seem like these people will be in the room, but trust me, it's a method to my madness, and we're gonna bring them in the room too. And that will be my jam session.
Girl.
Yes. Oh, and then playing in the band, the Roots got to be the band that plays while we doing the jam. So yeah,
But why is the jam session like
it's
so
dope.
eclectic and
Yes,
dope? I mean, are these the ranges of different people you listen to?
yes, and I listen to all type of music. Like I'm not set in a box. Like I've even listened to Sinatra. Like it's certain songs, but I really those are the songs. Like if you had to put me in a melting pot, I feel like I'm a little bit of all of those.
Yeah, yeah.
In some form, in some way, and that's why my album like it's crazy because a lot of my songs everybody has their own favorite, and I feel
Mhm.
like it's because I'm a mixture of all these different styles of music
I
and
love that.
love.
I
Yeah.
love that. Everybody, if you're just joining us, I am talking with the Bonita Jalane. Um, musician, artist, entrepreneur, um, doing just all of the things in the music scene. I am your host, Tamika Harris Live, and this is What's Going On by SwagHER Magazine. So, Bonita, we're going to change the channel now. We're going to talk about the art and the ascent. And up next is talking about live performance as your superpower. Here's the
Mm,
question: in a
I love it.
world of auto tune and perfect studio cuts, you give audiences a raw, unfiltered live experience. Why is live performance non-negotiable for you, and what do you think the industry is missing by moving away from it?
They're missing, I can answer that first. They're missing the feeling. They're missing the, we have become so sensitized, and I know it's partly because of COVID.
Mhm.
At one point when I was doing live performances, almost like we didn't know how to interact because all we do is interact on our phones. And don't get me wrong, I love social media, I love tech, I'm a techie, but that interaction,
Mhm.
live performances, you can't get that from a studio cut. Yeah, it could be
Mhm.
a jam, it feels good, but the feeling, you can feel the raw emotions, of course, when you hear it. But when it's live, it's like an energy transfer that you cannot deny.
Yeah.
So I'm huge on that. I'm huge on the experience. Um, I'm always talking about Bonita Jalane experience. I want you to feel everything. I want you to feel how I felt when I recorded it. And I want you to feel the feeling that I feel when I'm sharing it with you. Because
Mhm.
we already insane as artists, to share ourselves and put ourselves in front of people to be judged. So I need you to feel every part and every emotion that I have when I'm doing it.
I love
So
that.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it. And speaking of doing your music and your artistry, first of all, your track "So High" is a vibe.
Thank
There's
you.
sensuality, right? Just a little,
Just a
just a
little
little,
shows.
just, just a little, just a little
Keep it
piece,
cute.
right?
Uh-huh,
But
uh-huh.
also, but you don't leave us there. You also give us depth. What was your
Yes.
mindset creating this record?
It wasn't, to be honest with you. I joke about it all the time, but it's a serious moment. Like I feel like I did not write this song. I wrote every lyric, but I felt like it was like angels writing it for me. I felt like it was
Mm,
divine. I felt like the words that was coming. It was at a moment where I was in my purest form. I was dealing with
mm,
grief. I was dealing with healing. I was dealing with reassurance. I was dealing with loving myself. And I felt like all those emotions in one. And then I was in LA. It was a different kind of energy. It was just high, energy in spite of what I was going through. And the words, they came like they were, I still say this to this day, they were angelic. I felt like they just flowed. It was easy. I felt like it was someone there just with their hand on my shoulder, just helping me and guiding me with those
mm.
words.
Mhm, mhm. Let's talk about the magic of the project and who brought their magic to the project, rather. Producers, songwriters, instrumentalists. Anybody?
Yes. So everybody, I'm gonna be honest with you, despite the music, it's I love the fact that I work with like the same producers and they all have their different feel, but they all know Benita Jalane vibe, if that makes sense. They all
Mhm.
bring something out of me that I wouldn't normally just by myself, because I'm a lyricist no matter what. So any and every track that I'm on, I'm always gonna bring myself. So when someone
Right.
else brings something out of me, it's a beautiful thing. So I got Steph Mason, he's out of New Jersey. He's super dope. My first song I ever played that ever got played on the radio, he was the producer of that one. So he has like three joints on this project.
Mhm.
I got Grams, who the one that did So High. And he did about, well, we're still picking and choosing. And we recorded like 20 songs, I'll be honest with you. Of
Mhm.
course, all of those are not going on a project. The project is like, I'm so amazed on how, like, I could talk about that later, but how this project is going to be dropped, because you're getting all this music, because it took 2 years of recording and I'm doing it in three parts. It's going to be so amazing the way that this is going to be dropped. And
Wow.
then we also got a recent one that I'm so excited about. I can't really say who it is yet, but he just the final touches, he's bringing together the final touches of this album, and I'm so
Mhm.
excited to have him. And he's playing off of the love and popularity of So High, and he just took it to a whole nother level.
Well,
So
shout out to
yeah.
all of these fantastic
Yes.
musicians, producers, creators, to create just such a beautiful record. And speaking of the art of collaboration, you've worked with some major names: Chris Brown, Monica,
Yes.
Fantasia,
Yes.
Cameron, right?
Yes.
What's one collaboration that completely shifted how you see yourself as an artist?
Man, I mean, as far as the only one that I actually worked with, like actually have a song with, is Cameron, and worked with him in the studio. Everybody else I've opened for and been on the same stage with them.
Hmm.
And I've worked with Chris Brown when he was baby Chris Brown, in the studio with just
Right.
being in the room as a writer. Each one of them is just a testament to keep going. Like everybody
Mm,
thinks, oh, oh, you're that's my favorite artist, and you're not as big as them or whatever kids can be, but they were just where you are in a
hmm,
people think that it happens overnight. It's years of preparation and levels, and your timing is your timing.
hmm,
So
hmm,
each one of them have taught me, because I've seen and met a lot of them at the height. So I've seen Chris when nobody knew who he was, and then I seen the levels. So like if somebody would meet me and they see the level, they be like, "Oh my goodness!" So I seen that with Chris. So he gives me that inspiration, like it can happen, and then it could be longevity. Um, I, I met Monica when she was already at the height. Cameron was already at the height. So I got to see them while they're in it, how they still got to stay in it. You know what I'm saying? They got to stay relevant. They got
hmm.
to keep working. They got to stay creative. So each one of them have given me a different level of this artistry.
Is it possible to ask you a question behind what I call the purple curtain?
Ooh,
This is a
we're
question,
purple.
right? Right. So
hmm
if we were at the Wizard, like the Wiz, right?
hmm
Oz is behind the curtain, right? So
Uh-huh.
nobody really
Uh-huh.
sees behind the curtain. They always
hmm
see in front of the
hmm
curtain. So I'm gonna ask
hmm
you a behind the purple
Please
curtain
do.
question. And
Please
this is
do.
I'm asking you this because you're an independent artist. And I
hmm
know that there are independent artists looking for inspiration, looking for ways that they can do what you're doing, right? Which is
hmm
collaborate
hmm
with artists who are basically household names. How do you do that? How just this is a little off the top, we swerving into just behind the curtain real quick.
Honestly, I don't have a way of how you do it. I just feel like be your authentic self, and whatever is for you is going to be for you. It doesn't matter
Mm,
when or how you get to it. Don't force anything. When you're supposed
mhm.
to, if you're in alignment, you're going to be in alignment. That's all I can say. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm I would be lying if I sit here, like if I sat on a panel and told you, you got to do it this way, and this way, and this is how you're
Mhm.
going to get the result. I can give you my experience. I can give you what I did, but that doesn't mean that's going to be your journey
I love that. Okay.
at
All
all.
right.
So,
Well,
only thing I can say is be your authentic self. I would say being in this position where I'm at, and the more I see, don't take anything personal. Be diligent in reminding people who you are. A lot of times we get complacent when we get to a certain level of like, I'm Bonita Jalane. How you don't know who I am? Like, I love the fact that when I met Beyonce, she still says, "Hey, my name is Beyonce." I'm like, girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, girl, Beyonce, still
yeah,
continue to introduce yourself. Still continue. This is just how I roll. Still
right.
continue to let it be known, like, hey, times if you think about it, a lot of stories like from the Estelles to the Chris Brown, like different people who work with Kanye, they'll say like, I just kept bothering him, or I popped up like Seven when she started working with Chris Brown. She just kept coming to the studio like, hey, I write, hey, I write. Keep showing up, keep being present. A lot of the opportunities and the
Mhm.
people that I got to open up from is because I was like, hey, I'm here. You
Yeah,
ever need it doesn't matter if they ignore you 10 times. That 11th time, they might make a mistake and click on it and like, you know what? I do need somebody. Let me reach out to her.
so some practical advice would be to show up,
Show up,
introduce yourself,
introduce yourself,
and be
stay
persistent.
and be authentically you.
Be authentically yourself and be
Mhm.
persistent, right? Because
Yes. Be
okay.
persistent. Think about it. It's a difference. Let's just be clear. There's a difference between being persistent and being annoying. Being
Oh,
persistent, but let me tell you, is you can be persistent, but don't be persistent and think that someone's going to save you. What I have learned at this level, no one's going to save you. You have
Mhm.
to continue to work and you have to save yourself. When people see you working and they don't be surprised. People are watching. So when you reach out that fifth, 10th time, they're like, wait, but she didn't just wait for me to come and bring her here. She didn't just wait for me to give her this opportunity. She started making her own opportunities and she
I
making a
love
way.
it.
So okay, I want to work with her because she might be able to help me. You never
Look at Brooklyn
know.
coming out. I want to work with her.
It's I don't matter no matter where it is, it's gonna come out somewhere. No, I can't hide it if I
You
wanted
all the
to.
way in New Orleans, and honey, that Brooklyn came out outside. Let's keep it moving. So we're gonna come from behind the curtain now. We're back in front of the
Okay.
people. Okay.
Hey.
Your hey y'all. Okay. So your EP Kissing Frogs, the story
Kept
behind the music. We're going to get into the story behind the music. So let's talk about
yes.
this EP.
Kept
The
kissing
title
frogs.
Kissing Frogs. The
No,
title
kept. You gotta say
what
kept. It's KKF. Kept kissing frogs.
okay, let's go back. K
Yes.
KKF
It's kept kissing frogs.
kept kissing frogs. Let me write that down.
Yes. Yes.
So your EP kept
hmm
kissing frogs. A title like that already tells me that there's some mess and some stories in there, right? What's at the heart of this project, and did you come out of it with any fairy tale endings?
Yes, I did. And that fairy tale ending is here. That fairy tale ending is me. That fairy tale ending is 100% loving myself. That's the fairy tale ending, finding
Hmm.
myself and
Hmm.
knowing that in the midst of all of those stories, all of the testimonies, all of the everybody thinks that kept kissing frogs. It sounds like it's just romantic, right? Like I'm talking about
Okay.
oh what a man did and how no, as if you listen to So High it it shows you depth. Like it got the sensual, but it also shows you depth. That's what kept kissing frogs is. It's all about depth. It's all about storytelling. It's all about realness. It's all about the healing journey that I was going through. And it's not just about a man. It's about frogs is releasing like frogs can be jealousy. Frogs can be betrayal.
Mhm.
Frogs
Mhm.
can be um a best friend that breaks up. You know what I'm saying? Frogs can be also a man. So the thing is when it says kept kissing frogs because we don't want to I kept doing that. So that's where the story, that's where it got to that level. But we're not going to keep doing that.
Mhm.
We're going to continue to let that go. And so that's when the acronym comes in for frogs is forgive, release, overcome and grow.
Wow. So now that we know this, what is the message that you ultimately want to portray to those who are listening to this album?
Mhm. That you're not your circumstances and
Mhm.
all of that, your journey, it just leads you up to where you're gonna end up anyway. And that's what I'm
Mhm.
learning to this day. Like we can I'm loving the present. I'm loving right now where I'm at. And it's not always easy to do that. We always want to see the future or I need to be here. I need to be on this level. And we don't appreciate something you live in the past. I appreciate my past. I appreciate where I came from and where I'm at now. But the
Mhm.
present moment is my best friend.
I love that. Being present.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yes. And
It's a
it's
gift.
not as easy. It's not as easy as said than
Right.
done.
I
But
think
it's a
creatives
constant.
creatives can have a struggle with staying present, right? Because
Mhm,
we're visionary. We see the future. We see
mhm,
how
mhm,
big and how grand and how large something can be, right?
mhm,
But just being okay with the seed and
mhm,
watering it every day is a gift. So I want to get
it's a
into the
huge gift.
reality. It's a huge gift. I want to get into the
Mhm.
realities of the industry. We're going to talk about the business of being an indie artist. And as you know, indie artists
Yes.
wear all the hats. You're the CEO, you're the creative, you're the
Yes.
strategist, you're the
Yes.
marketer, okay? You're the
Yes.
promoter.
Yes. Yes.
Was it
Yes.
hard building a team that's consistent?
Um, I would say 100%, especially as an indie artist. And I'm gonna be honest with you, just being and becoming friends with my peers who are your favorite artists. it's always going to be hard. That's not going to be nothing new. So if you think, oh, when I get to this level, I'm going to have the best team and that, yes, you have a little bit more money, you have a little bit more help, but then you have to be diligent on from the, I feel like the things that we learned as an independent artist helps us to be more successful because we don't rely a lot of times. A lot of times when you have so much stuff handed to you,
Hmm.
you slack off and then you wonder, sometimes you're like, oh, how did they miss that? Or how did they lose that opportunity? Because it was already given to them or they trusted. Kept kissing frogs. I trusted a lot even on this journey. Like I wasn't always just independent. I had backing on certain things. I've had, different people helping me. And it wasn't always pretty. I'm gonna just say that. I'm
I
gonna
well,
say
any,
it wasn't always
right.
pretty.
I think that's normal though. Any
Hmm.
journey isn't.
Yeah.
um Sometimes our plans go swimmingly, and sometimes
Hmm.
our plans, we find things out about ourselves along the way, and others, right? um as an indie artist, do you think artists need to sign deals, or is independence the way?
Honestly, I would trade it. And a lot of people say, "Oh, what?" I No, I would not trade being an indie artist. It's a claim to fame. It's a superpower. You have a lot of major artists going indie now. They have a little bit of a legs up because they built their audience. That's the
Right,
biggest thing with being an indie artist is making sure you build your audience. But
right.
I'm in there now. It's like almost like I'm at that halfway point. I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there in the middle. I'm in the present. I'm not going back. I just got to keep going forward. I got to keep going up. And all I can continue to do is build my audience and then pray that it starts to find me. And that's why I keep saying I'm gonna build my tribe. And that's starting to happen now. My tribe is being built. Like you don't even know you are making way to you're already in my tribe. Like just sitting here talking to you and just vibing with you. You don't even know that you're part of my tribe now too. So
And it is
yes.
so.
Yes.
Well, if you're just joining us, I am Tamika Harris, live curating this fantastic conversation. What's going on with Bonita Jalane? She is a artist, entrepreneur, just a woman on the rise in the music industry, and so we're getting to know her a lot more. We're getting to get inside of her world, getting to understand all of the various aspects of her artistry, and we're just having a really good time. If you would
Yes.
like to continue to stay connected to SwagHER Magazine, do so. Go visit our website at swagheronline.com. That's swagheronline.com. Now, Bonita, we still got some more conversation to go, though.
Let's
So
go.
don't you
I'm
go
having a
nowhere,
good
girl.
old
Okay.
time.
So let's talk about viral moments versus true longevity. Going
Mm.
going viral is like winning the lottery. Everyone wants it, but no one
Mhm.
quite knows how it happens. Now, how have I'm sorry. Now you've had some viral moments. What's your take on the balance between catching fire online versus a slow build to something timeless? I know that
Give
question.
me,
Listen, I
woo,
was doing my work, girl.
woo,
Okay.
girl. That's a
Okay.
good one. Give me
Okay.
a slow build all day. Call me. My mom collects turtles because she called me a turtle since I was little. I am a turtle. And I am a tortoise in the hair. I am not trying. I'm
Oh, so
not in
you
a
like
race.
you like to a slow boil. You like a gumbo.
I love a slow boil or gumbo. Trust me and believe me. I would love for people. When I went viral, it was not because I wanted to. And I know people like, oh, I didn't go viral for the reasons that I wanted to go viral for. I didn't go viral. I went viral for the opposite of the reasons. I've avoided. I've been in situations where I could have had life-changing moments.
Mm,
Life-changing moments and be everywhere. But what type of person or what kind of artist would I have been? I started off with Dipset. I was singing about songs that I knew nothing about. I was doing things and different things that I knew nothing about. I would have been just like everybody else. My
mm,
lane, Jalane, is in my name. You can't even say Jalane without saying your own lane. I appreciate this lane that I'm in and give me a slow build all day. Let me go viral
okay.
for the artistry. Let me go viral for the
Mm,
music. Let me go viral for something like this, getting to really know me.
yeah.
Everything else you can keep it because even with going viral, like you have to sustain that. It's like a high. And a lot of times
Mm,
people be crashing out because I'm so and I'm trying not to cry. I
And
say
it's
this
okay if
with
you do.
I say this with the utmost authentic part of me. People don't know what we go through as independent artists. Like stuff
Mm.
like this. Like they see I'm doing an interview and they just walking through my interview. I'm just joking. But as an independent artist, people we have real life stuff going on. I've been having real life things going on, real life come to Jesus moments. Like, what am I doing? And to pull the biggest flex is pulling yourself out of it. I've just pulled myself out of the lowest points in my life, things that will I'm starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel, and
Mm.
I'm shouting about it. I'm so high when I say that. I say that literally because as an independent artist, you have to be your own best friend. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to
Yeah,
believe in yourself the utmost because that energy will transcend to the people that really believe in you. It's times
right.
where it's just you looking in the mirror. It's just you writing them songs. It's just you in the studio. It's just you. And when I go there, I'm not doing it because I need you to like me. I'm doing it because this is my therapy. This
Hmm.
is a part of me. I don't want nobody to just like me. I want somebody to walk away from my show or listen to my song and say, I need to do this. I'm feel healing. I feel if she can do that, I believe I can do it. I want that.
Yeah.
That's my mission. My mission is someone someone not going through what I went through. Let me just tell you, you don't got to do exactly like me, but let me get to the blueprint so maybe you can avoid that part. Maybe you can avoid that frog. Maybe you can avoid that heartache. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I will. I feel like everything will come. I'm in a place where
Hmm.
I'm calm. That is gonna come. It's gonna come because I'm continuing to put the work in. I'm continuing to believe in myself. And I'm okay with where I'm at right now. I'm okay with the present because I know my future is bright. And I just pulled myself out of the lowest place where I was like, if you knew it's gonna be a part of the project, it's gonna be a part of my series. You'll know a lot of stuff because I want to be able to save somebody else, but I can't save the world. But I can only do it through my story. This is my therapy. And if it saves one person, if one person says, what you did helped me, my job,
Mm.
feel like the most high will be proud of me. And that's the only person, that's the only being that matters besides myself. So yeah, sorry.
So, first of all, thank you for sharing your heart. Thank you for sharing your passion. We can feel it through the internet. It's very palpable. I know what it's like to be an artist who is experiencing woo the
Life.
depths
Yeah.
of
Yes.
life. And while I may be in it, currently, yep. Uh I'm realizing that it's a part of the journey that makes me it's almost like God is continuing to shape me and mold me into the best version of me. And I've got to go through the tough parts to bloom into and become the Tamika he had designed originally. And so I appreciate you opening up your heart because sometimes as artists, as creatives, we can feel like we're in this by ourselves, that life has just it's just the worst, right? And then add insult to injury, the political climate of the day, the societal climate of the
Mhm,
day,
mhm,
things
mhm,
happening every day, right?
mhm, mhm,
Tragedies commonplace, right? And so it's
mhm,
just
mhm.
it is you are a light to someone right now, to me right now,
That made me
who
crying more.
I mean, if we sensitive, that's just what it is,
Yes.
okay? But that's what SwagHER Magazine is all about. We are a safe
Yeah.
space, right? And so I want it that women that look like us, women
Mhm.
that are brown,
Mhm.
like us, can experience a space online where
Mhm.
they're cherished, and
Beautiful.
they can
Beautiful.
come here to not only share their story but their heart and their passions with the world. So
Yes.
we're gonna
Yes.
rewind. I'm gonna press the rewind button real quick if I
Okay.
can. Okay, we're gonna go all the way back. Okay, we're gonna go
Okay.
all the way back. back to the beginning of time.
Okay,
It's
let's go.
Brooklyn, and Bonita is born,
All day.
honey.
All
Give
day.
us a fast, brief experience of you growing up and becoming the Bonita Jalane that you are today.
Ah man. Is is born of a only child of a beautiful woman, the baby of the family, who always the loudest one because her voice had to be the one so she could hear. But and a whole bunch of cousins, where our family was big on gatherings, not just for holidays, for card games, for every single thing. And when the kids supposed to be in the basement, I'm downstairs. The kids supposed to, oh, get out of here, go in the basement, go have fun. I'm down there writing songs with my cousins, talking about, I got a song, let's sing it. Let me show you how to do it.
You were writing back
From I
then.
was writing my first song, and I don't forget because my mother keeps everything. But my first song, I was 7 years old. First of all, I was talking at 10 months. So I wasn't even walking when I started talking. So yeah, I was talking, telling my cousins, wait, don't leave me because I
Don't
couldn't
even
walk.
have a
Okay,
spine yet, and you talking.
full sentences. So I was writing songs and quote me on it because I have a whole bunch of family members who call them and they'll tell you. But and you could I was writing songs and I remember my first song, of course, it was like I'm coming out that plat. And I just remember that part and saying, and my mother, she and my grandmother, besides me singing in the choir, they allowed it. Like, Grandma, you got a song. Baby, go ahead. And let me perform my song. My cousins, like, oh, you got a song? Okay, teach us. Now everybody wasn't gifted, but we still did it. And family gatherings where they're like, okay, baby, come do the dance, come do your song and dance, like talent show. My uncle Pistol, he was the first one that had a video camera. It's
Your
crazy
uncle
because I
who?
just posted it. My uncle Pistol, Clinton, we calls him Pistol. Yes, rest in peace. Um, he was the first one in our family with a video camera. He captured us as babies, and one of them was my mother brought me a microphone. I didn't understand nothing I was saying, but I had to be no more than 3, and just in the microphone, woo, just singing. So yeah, from birth.
They knew what came into
Hmm.
the world. They knew what came into the world because
Before I did.
right. I could
Yeah.
remember even in my growing up, bunches of cousins, right? My grandmother,
Hmm.
my parents are of 7 siblings on both sides, right? So I
Grandmother six,
surrounded by
so 6. So yeah,
6.
similar. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
Yep. Yep.
And we would do the talent show stuff. We would come up with little
Hmm.
silly
Hmm.
songs. We would do
Hmm.
commercials, all kinds of things. My grandmother would
Yep.
watch me dance.
Yep.
Um, Child,
Yep.
I feel like I
Yep.
grew up with you.
Oh, exactly. Listen, it's similar stories. So many different similar stories, and the more you do this, and the more you continue on this journey, and even with meeting some of your greats and your favorites,
Mhm.
similar stories, same goals, even in being on a higher level, dealing with same issues, and still, you know, doubting and questioning and having to love themselves even at the higher level.
Yeah.
So if you don't start doing the work, this is what I tell people all the time, because I'm saying this to you as I'm saying it to myself. If
Mhm.
you don't start doing the work within, it don't matter how successful you get, how how much money you make, whether in business, whether with the talent. If you don't do the work within why you think there's suicides? Why you think
Mm.
this life is what you make it? When they say that, that is 100% a true fact. It is what you make it. When I was going through my low vibrations and my woes me, I knew what I had to do because I'm healed enough to know, get it together, Benita. But I was giving myself enough time to be human, to let my like
Mm.
to grow, to let the tears grow the part of me that's going to break the generational curses, the ones that's going to know that my mission might be different because my mission is bigger. it's going to be a little bit harder because I'm really talking about positive things in a world full of negative things. You understand? So
Yeah.
you gotta do that work within yourself. And I'm saying that because I have a chain on my, like, literally when I got this, you can't see it, but it says one day at a time. When I feel it,
Mhm.
I literally just hold it sometimes. And I got it literally a couple months ago, especially when I was really going through it. And it reminds me that every day is not gonna be a good day, but today is a
Mhm.
good day. So
Mhm.
one day at a time, each and every day, you got to look at the best. You got to find the best parts of each day, the beautiful parts of this life, or you will really go crazy.
Crazy indeed. If you are just joining us, or if you have been tuning in to us live, go ahead and put "Hey y'all" in the chat. I want to see the chat light up a little bit. We want to know that you are with us live, talking to Bonita Jalane, artist, musician, entrepreneur, who is doing the darn thing from Brooklyn, setting Atlanta on fire right now, collaborating with some of the greats. She is a woman on the rise and ascending in her own artistry, and I'm just too excited you, to just be in this moment. I'm your host, Tamika Harris, live, curating this fantastic conversation called "What's Going On" by SwagHER Magazine, a series by SwagHER Magazine. You could join us online at swagheronline.com. That's swagheronline.com. Now, Bonita, we're wrapping up the
Yes,
interview. We're now going
yes.
to press fast forward. Okay, we had a
Okay, let's
boom
go.
box. See, the children don't know
Let's
about
go.
the boom box. Okay,
Let's go.
we're going to press fast forward. I want to talk about new music and what's next. With all of this momentum, with all of your artistry, with all of your background, with all that you have going on, I know your fans are itching to hear what's next. Can we expect a new single soon, or some new music, or some new shows? What we give us the exclusive here at Swag Her
Uh,
Magazine.
so much new stuff. It's so many different songs from this project that I've resonated with. I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm gonna put out next. But definitely new music. The project will be dropping soon. I have a show. All my New York people, if you are watching, everybody, my New York people, I need you guys to show up. I'm gonna be at
Mhm,
um Sugar Bar, the legendary Sugar Bar on February 19th in New York.
mhm.
You can get your tickets. You can go to my website. You can DM me and I'll send you the ticket link. The ticket link is directly through my website. And that is my way of not only just for you to purchase the early ticket to get it for only $11.11, 11.11. But it's also for me to continue to keep in contact with you. And that's
Okay.
a way to continue to generate the conversation so that you can get all the Bonita Delane news. So please, please, send me, is in my bio, but also send me a message and I'll send you the link for that. And then all of my people, as of now, a couple of things when the contract and everything
Hold
is
on,
signed,
Bonita.
and we.
We
Mhm.
got to have you say that again because the tech went a little glitchy. Say what you
Okay.
were saying again. Go ahead.
Okay, so February 19th, I am going to be live at the legendary Sugar Bar in New York. So please, this is my first show back home. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not going to be in Brooklyn, but I'm going to be in New York. But I'm back
Okay.
home. It's my first show since 2023. Yes, because I've been working, so I haven't been home to like do an actual show. So this is the precursor. This is the prelude to Kept Kissing Frogs. This is the sneak peek of it. Um, and then by City Winery, which is going to be in Atlanta, that is going
That's
to
the
be on
one. Yeah.
July 21st.
Okay.
July 21st is City Winery, and that's going to be a huge show. And that is also going to be the drop of Kept Kissing Frogs, at least part one. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, if you guys, the next show, if you're in New York and the surrounding cities, please come see me February 19th. Please send me a ticket, a DM, and I'll send you the ticket link because this is, as we know as independent artists, this is about continuing the communication to continue to build with your tribe. A lot of
Hmm.
times that's one of my flaws. I fell short of meeting great people and not following up, not being consistent. I'm learning that the ones that I followed up and were consistent with, they do show up for you. And so I want to do that for everybody. Thinks that we supposed to always network up. I want to network here. I want to network with people,
Hmm.
my peers, the ones that's I want to my tribe. I'm trying to build it. So send me a DM. I'll send you the ticket link, but that's also a way to keep up with Bonita Jalane news on my website. That's also a way to find out what's coming up next.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a lot more shows coming. It's a lot more in the works. I'm just only those are the only two that's been confirmed and signed on the dotted line. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a sneaky question. So I'm
Okay.
just think about it before you answer it, okay? Because I don't
Oh
want you
Lord.
breaking no contracts, okay?
Let's
Is
go.
there is there anything you're working on right now that SwagHER Magazine gets the exclusive on?
Ooh. That might
Ooh,
the exclusive,
yeah.
that might have to be a part two. I might have
Okay,
to be
okay.
a that might have to be
We
a
have to come back.
swagger. We got something special just for y'all. That might have to
Okay,
be a part two. Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
it's about the safety for me, okay?
Yes.
So your legacy, Bonita Jalane, fast forward 10 years from now, what's the vision? What do you
Mhm.
want people to say when they mention your name? What's the impact beyond the music?
Oh man, I don't I don't want them to just say, "Oh, but she was a vibe." I want them to say, "I learned something." I want them to say, "When I left her show, when I listened, I put her album on, and it's in heavy rotation." It. I want them to say, "I told someone up. I left her show feeling healed. I left her show feeling like I could conquer the world in any industry that I'm in. I left her show feeling like I am somebody. I left her show saying I love myself." I want that. I want them to be like she made a mark and she made an impact and she helped a lot of people. Yeah,
So
that's what I
high.
mean.
Keep kissing frogs. Bonita
Yeah.
Jalane. Our time is up, but
Yeah.
this has been a real experience. Before we let you go, though, tell the people where they
Hmm.
can keep up with you, stream your music, and of course,
Yes.
where well, you have already shared your live shows, but
Yes.
anything else that we need to keep abreast of as far as
Yes.
2025 goes.
Yeah, so you can go to my website. I Please bear with me. I update it. I update it. You know how we as independent artists, you guys do everything. I update it right now. I am working on getting more people help me with that. But I update it as much as possible to keep in contact with me. On all my social media handles are on there. Benita Sings, if you're on my Instagram, everything I post, notifications, turn your notifications on if you want to hear about me. Go to my website, bonitajalane.com. Not only do I have music, I have artwork on there. I'm an actual artist. I
Oh,
also have a apparel line called Retro Apparel. So it's definitely some apparel in there, some, activewear. And so yeah, just keep in touch. And I really like to communicate with like most people. Like, some people really they become my friends and they just be having whole conversations with me. And I literally I cannot not answer, but sometimes I'll be like, okay,
yeah, we got
come
to
on,
have some
baby.
boundaries.
Let's let me. No, I can't ask this person to come and sing at your birthday
Right,
party. Like
right.
but I love communicating and I love building and I'm open to that. And at shows, I love come take pictures with me. Come and that's not gonna change. Listen to me right now, Tamika. Whether this goes viral tomorrow and next week I'm all over billboards and everywhere. I'm always going to be the same when it comes down to touching and being able to talk to my people as much as I can and as much as I'm allowed to. So,
It's
yeah.
definitely possible. I love the fact that
Yeah.
you are a hands-on artist. I can't wait to dig more into your work.
Yes.
And if the team can drop in your website real quick, bonitajalane.com, that would be great so that the people can
Hmm.
have that before them as we are wrapping up today's session. Anything else you want to share that, I'm gonna give you some free play real quick. Like what anything else? Did we miss anything?
No, I think that's it. Just be prepared for kept kissing frogs. I'm gonna stay on myself, and because I'll keep recording to start putting it together. The listening party,
Okay.
I need help, so I'm gonna have a listening party. I'm also gonna have it where we can stream it so that it's not just the people that's present, the people that like that's online will be able to put their input on the songs, their favorites as well. It'll be an exclusive link. So stay tuned for that. That'll be your exclusive. Swagger, I'll let you know about that first. That will be it
Love
right
it.
there.
Well,
That would
thank
be it.
you. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Well, Bonita, you stand on by. That's it for me. I'm your host, Tamika Harris Live, curating another episode of What's Going On, a series brought to you by SwagHER Magazine. Visit us on all major social media platforms, and you can visit us on our website at swagheronline.com. That's swag, SWAG, her, HER, online, ONLINE.com. See you in the next one.
Nice. Yay.